If you're ready to start an LLC in Florida, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll walk through the 4 essential steps to set up your Florida LLC. From choosing a unique business name to filing all the necessary documents, we'll cover everything that you need to know to get your Florida LLC up and running by the end of this video. In addition, I'll give you some tips and shortcuts that will help you avoid common mistakes and unnecessary fees. We'll also go through some really important things that you need to do after your LLC has been set up, because not knowing about these post-formation steps could result in some really stressful issues with your LLC. So let's go ahead and get started with step number 1, choose a unique name for your LLC. Now this step is extremely important because business name issues are actually the main cause of LLCs being rejected by the state of Florida. First, you must end your name with LLC, LLC with periods after each letter, or limited liability company. You should also avoid using names that suggest you're associated with a government agency, financial institution, or insurance company. So that would include words like agency, commission, bureau, bank, trust, and other similar words. If you simply Google what words are prohibited in Florida LLC names, then it will give you a comprehensive list, which you can see right here on this AI overview. It's going to give you a huge list of words that you shouldn't include in your Florida LLC name. A lot of these are the ones that I just told you about right here. Your LLC name also needs to be unique, and it can't be too similar to an existing business name that's already on record. So let me show you how to make sure your LLC name is available on the Florida Department of State website, which is completely free to use. Okay, so on this website, which you can see here, first thing, make sure you're on the right website. You don't want to, be scammed or something like that. So always make sure the URL looks correct. I'll go ahead and put a link to this down below in the description for you so that you can click on it and go straight here as well. So whenever you're on this page, simply come down here, and here's what we want to do. We want to search by name. Okay, so let's come over here by entity name, and this is where you want to type in your LLC name. So for example, let's go ahead and type in my LLC name right here. We'll do Josh Burns Tech LLC. Let's go ahead and see if anyone's registered this in the state of Florida, and we're going to click search now. Okay, here we go. Here's a massive list of names that are similar to Josh Burns Tech. And you can see coming down through here, there's no Josh Burns Tech in the state of Florida. So in this first step, come here to this website, type in your LLC name, the one you want to use, and then simply come down through here, make sure that someone hasn't already registered it, and make sure there isn't one that's too similar to the name as well. Okay, so now let's move on to the next step and form the LLC. In this step, we're going to designate a registered agent. We're going to file the certificate of formation, and we're also going to obtain our employer identification number, EIN, which is also called the tax ID. And don't worry, because this is going to be extremely easy. We're going to use an LLC formation service to do everything for us the right way. Okay, so go ahead and click on the first link down below in the description, or you can go to joshburnstech.com/northwest. So let's go ahead and go there now. And that will take you to this page here. So I want to let you know that if you decide to use my link down below in the description, that is my affiliate link. So you'll be helping support my channel, which I sincerely appreciate. It means a lot to me. And it doesn't cost you anything to use it. And it actually lets you get the best deal available for Northwest, which you can see here. Okay, so go ahead and click right here where it says, let's get you started. Okay, so on this screen, the first thing we need to do is select what type of business we want to start. In this video, we're going to be doing a single member LLC, which I'm assuming most of you will be doing as well. So after you have that selected, we're going to come down here and we're going to select our state. Now, obviously, the state is going to be Florida right here. Okay, so if we scroll down, you can see right here, it's going to be $125 to process your LLC in 10 days. Now, this is a Florida state fee. It's not a Northwest fee. You're going to have to pay this no matter what LLC formation service you use, or if you do it yourself. Okay, so on the Florida Department of State website, if we, try to set up a new LLC, we'll click on this button right here. And then on this page, we need to select Start New Filing. And here you go, right here. You can see the required filing fee is $125. So you're going to pay this no matter if you do it yourself or if you use a service like Northwest. Northwest charges a flat fee of $39, and it's more than worth it in my opinion. You get registered agent services completely free for the first year, and you get the best customer support out of any LLC formation service. So you can call this number right here anytime and speak to a real person in the US. They are the only LLC formation service that has their customer support completely based in the US. So the registered agent keeps your business organized and in compliance with the legal obligations as well. Having a registered agent is a requirement to start your business, no matter who you decide to use. This is a person or a business entity who's responsible for receiving important legal documents on behalf of your business, like notices from the government and other legal documents. If you decide to file everything yourself, your registered agent can be a resident of Florida above the age of 18. It can also be a company or business other than one that you own. However, the name and address of your registered agent will become public record. So instead of exposing your name and address, you can use a registered agent service like Northwest for just around $10 a month, and they handle everything for you while maintaining your privacy, which is what I personally do because they protect my privacy, they make sure my LLC stays in compliance, and they save me a lot of time as well. So if you decide to use my Northwest affiliate link down below in the description, then you also get registered agent services completely free for 1 year. Okay, we're done on this screen, so let's go ahead and click continue. Okay, so on company details, go ahead and enter your LLC name from step 1 in this video. So as an example, I'm going to enter Josh Burns Consulting LLC right here. If you have a lawyer or an attorney, then you can select this option right here and then enter their email address so that if there's any, legal notices, it will be sent to your lawyer. If you don't have one, just select no, and hopefully you never have to use this anyway. Okay, next, go ahead and type in a business purpose for your LLC. So you can see here, this is an example of one that I could use for my business. And then next, this part's really important. You can see here, physical address that you want on state. So again, if you use Northwest, you can use their registered agent address, which is going to be an address in Florida, and it's going to maintain your privacy. Go ahead and select whatever you want here. If you're using Northwest, I definitely recommend this option. And now we can come over here and click continue. Okay, so on the management tab, we need to select our management type. So you can see right here, we have member managed and we have manager managed. Now member managed is going to be best for single member LLCs. Then you also have manager managed. Now this one is going to be good if you have someone in your LLC that wants to be more hands-off. So you have more than one member and you have someone that doesn't want to be involved in daily operations and daily decisions. Then you could select manager managed and you can appoint someone to be the one that handles daily operations and those types of decisions. However, if you're a single member LLC like I am, then go ahead and select member managed. And then next, you need to enter your LLC members right here. And you see right here, you can either list them with the state or you can omit them from the state. Now, if you select this option here to omit them from the state, it's going to be difficult to open a business bank account. It doesn't mean you can't open one, but you're going to have to go through a lot of hurdles to prove that you own your LLC. So if you don't want to have to deal with all that, you want to be able to open a business bank account really easy, then go ahead and select this option right here, and then come down here and type in the names of your LLC members. So if it's just you, type your name in right here. If it's not, go ahead and click add member. That's going to open up another member window right here, and you can type their name in. But whenever you're done with that, go ahead and click continue right here. Okay, so now on contact, go ahead and enter your contact details here. This is going to be your name, phone number, and your address. Once you have all these entered, come over here and click continue. Next, on account setup, go ahead and enter your email address and then a password for it as well. And just make sure the password is really strong, secure, and not one that you've used somewhere else. Once you have this entered, come over here and click continue. Northwest offers something called a business identity package which you can see here. It comes with a business domain, which is going to be your web address for your business. So for instance, that would be joshburnstech.com for me. It comes with a business website where they build out, it's like a 3-page website with a home page, about page, and contact page. You also get your business email, and then you also get a phone service, which is going to be a virtual phone service. So if someone calls it, then you can also have it forward to your personal cell phone. So it's basically a way to have a phone number for your business. So if you're interested in any of these right here, you can get a free 90-day trial by selecting this option, or you can also select them individually, if you only want certain ones. So if you decide to use any of these, they're going to be $9 each per month after the free 90-day trial. But we're going to go ahead and just leave everything unchecked and click continue. Okay, so on this screen, we have some optional items. Now this first one here, extremely important. This is going to be your tax ID or EIN, your employer identification number. You have to have one of these for your business. If you're starting an LLC, you have to either get this yourself or you can use Northwest to get it for you, which is what I recommend because it makes it way easier. But you have to have this to open a business bank account. It's going to be a requirement. And you also need it to hire employees as well. So again, extremely important. You can actually pay $50 to have Northwest get this for you. However, if you want to save $50 and, go ahead and do it yourself, first you have to wait until your LLC has been formed. Extremely important. Wait until you get confirmation that your LLC has been accepted by the state of Florida. Then after you have confirmation, you can actually file for it yourself on the IRS website, which you can see right here. So on the screen, you can simply scroll down and right here, get an EIN. You can click this button and then apply for an EIN. But anyway, it's extremely important. No matter how you get the EIN, you're going to need it for business taxes, to hire employees, and to open a business bank account. So it's really important. And then you have some other options as well. Like this one right here, you can see S-Corp election with the IRS. So if you have an accountant or CPA that you work with, and they can handle things like bookkeeping, payroll, compliance, all of that stuff that's involved with having S-Corp election, then this right here could be a good option for you. So my business does have S-Corp election. However, I'm doing that with a different service called Collective, which you can find a link down below in the description for. I've done a complete tutorial on Collective, and they manage everything for me. They do my bookkeeping, my payroll, compliance, everything that's involved with S-Corp election. So the key thing here is to know that you need an accountant or a CPA to do this right here. You don't want to be doing all that yourself. An accountant or CPA is going to keep you in compliance and do everything else so you don't have any fees and, penalties from the IRS. And then next, you can also get a premium mail service for your business where they handle all of your business mail with unlimited forwarding. So basically, you can receive a unique business address and suite number in a real commercial office building, which is a great way to avoid using your home address for business mail if you don't have a physical location. You also have the option to use their trademark service to protect your brand's name, logo, or design by registering it with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Northwest attorneys will review your trademark and its eligibility, then prepare and file your application if you choose this option. You also have the option to use a trade name, also called a DBA, or doing business as name. It basically allows your business to operate under a different name without creating a new legal entity. For example, if I wanted to do business under a different name instead of using Josh Burns Consulting LLC, and I wanted to use something like Burns Consulting LLC, then I could use their service to register a trade name or DBA as Burns Consulting LLC. So basically, I would have my legal business entity name as Josh Burns Consulting LLC, and then I would have my trade name, DBA. I would do business as this other name called Burns Consulting LLC. Okay, so after you have your optional items selected here, we're going to do tax ID, then come over here and click continue. Okay, so all we have to do now is pay for the LLC, and it's going to be $214. This is a great price because you're going to get the basic package with Northwest, you're going to get 1 free year of registered agent services, and the best customer support of any LLC formation service. completely based in the US. And then next, you have to pay the Florida state fee for your LLC, which is going to be $125. And then after you submit your payment, all you have to do is wait for your LLC to be formed. So go ahead and watch out for emails from Northwest. You'll be able to log into your account on Northwest, and then after your LLC has been filed with the state, you can access everything in your Northwest account. So that's going to include things like your articles of organization, your EIN or tax ID. You can find that there as well, and a lot of other really important things about your LLC. Step number 3 is to create an operating agreement for your LLC. This isn't required by Florida law, but it's really important to create one in my opinion. The operating agreement is a document that outlines the ownership structure, management responsibilities, and operating procedures of your LLC. It also helps prevent misunderstandings, especially if you have other owners or members of your LLC, and it provides a clear plan for handling different business scenarios. You can think of it as a way to basically keep everyone on the same page. You can also download a free LLC operating agreement template on this Northwest page right here. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to this page down below in the description for you. Step 4 is to obtain any necessary business licenses and permits to do business in the state of Florida. Depending on your LLC's business activities and location, you may need to acquire specific licenses or permits at the local, state, or federal level. You can contact your local city and county government offices to determine the specific licenses and permits that your Florida LLC might require. And if your LLC is in a highly regulated industry like construction or healthcare, then it might be beneficial for you to hire a lawyer, have them review your LLC, and identify any licenses or permits that you might need. Okay, so after forming your LLC in Florida, there are several important post-formation steps to ensure your business remains compliant. First, you must file a Florida LLC annual report to keep your business active, and failure to do so will result in your LLC being dissolved by the state. The annual report filing fee is $138.75 and must be submitted online through the Florida Divisions of Corporations website by May 1st each year, starting after the year your LLC is formed. And if you miss the deadline, there's a $400 late fee, which you can see right here. And Florida does not offer any programs to waive this fee, so make sure you don't miss the deadline, or you're going to have to pay $400 in addition to the $138.75. If you want to be completely hands-off, not have to worry about, missing the deadline or filing it yourself, then you can have Northwest do it for you and you can be completely hands-off. Next, after you have your tax ID or EIN, I strongly recommend that you open a business bank account so that you can separate your personal transactions from your business transactions. You don't want those commingled in the same bank account because that can create some serious issues for you if you were to ever be sued. So if you were to ever be sued and all your, income, expenses, everything is in that same bank account, the attorney on the opposing side can do something called piercing the corporate veil. And what that means is it allows them to come after your personal items, like your personal bank accounts, your home, your cars, all those things. So you definitely need a business bank account. I personally have a business credit card as well, and I definitely recommend it for the cashback rewards. Next, I also highly recommend hiring an accountant for your business. They can help you with a lot of things and give you a lot of great advice regarding estimated tax payments. Make sure you're doing all the right things with your business finances, and they can help you with a lot of other things as well. I've worked with a CPA since I started my business, and she's been extremely helpful. It's something I strongly recommend, both from a financial perspective and compliance as well. Next, if your business sells taxable goods or services, then you also need to register with the Florida Department of Revenue. And like everything else in this video, there's a link to this website down below for you. This is also where you will report newly hired, rehired, and temporary employees within 20 days of an employee's start date. And if you have employees, you'll need to register and pay for reemployment tax through the Florida Department of Revenue as well. And then next, I recommend getting business insurance as well. Most businesses are going to have, some kind of liability, and it's better that you're prepared for those than not. There are tons of options for business insurance, and I'm actually considering switching mine to the Hartford based on its reputation. I have no affiliation with them at all, but they seem like a great option based on the reviews. However, there are tons of options for business insurance, so simply Google it and find one that has really, really good reviews. So for the next steps after watching this video, I would highly recommend creating a website for your business. And again, if your business is making at least $60,000 a year or more, then you might want to consider S-Corp election. The two videos linked on the screen now can help you with both, so I highly recommend watching them next. As always, thank you so much for being here. I sincerely appreciate all your support. It really means the world to me. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.